So this is an invitation, and I'd like to appeal to your curiosity. So the invitation is for the 11th Annual International Scientific Conference on Mindfulness. We established this conference first in 2003, and this is our 11th year. There are people that come from all over the world. Last year we had people from 23 countries, about 550 researchers, clinicians, and educators. Join us. Bring your energy and your interest and your curiosity into a community that is lively, participatory, incredibly generous with time and space and willingness to gather together and to integrate mindfulness practice into all the various phases of the conference. Remember, the center of the entire conference is mindfulness. The conference is bookended with a day of pre- and post-conference institutes. They range from half-day to full-day workshops for exploring a range of topics, from the applications of mindfulness with veterans to the movement that's occurring aimed at integrating mindfulness into our schools, into the training of our teachers, into the care of our physicians, workshops that explore the details of curriculum associated with mindfulness-based stress reduction or mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, to the use of various contemplative practices and approaches for people at various stages and places across the lifespan. They're meant to be practical, pragmatic, interactive, and all designed for you to come away with new skills, new ways of thinking about what it is you do, new ways of teaching or learning or being in relationship to the people that you work with. Along with the 5-day conference, of which you can come to all or parts, we have embedded what we call the Kluge Symposium on Mindfulness, and it is essentially a translational science conference. And so we look at both the basic science, basic mechanisms of mindfulness as they're being examined through a host of biological and neurological markers, and as well clinical treatment that is coming out of those investigations. So this year it will be chaired by Amishi Jha, and we feel like we have a very special group of presenters to offer to you. We have a host of very fine keynote presenters this year. Ronald Epstein, a professor of medicine, and who wrote the seminal paper in 1999 called Mindful Practice, about what does mindfulness really have to do with the practice of medicine. And in his view, good medical practice is mindful practice. We have David Creswell from Carnegie Mellon University, who's just done a very, I think, important neuroscience study about loneliness. And loneliness is tremendously hard for each of us. And so David has done some very interesting work looking at the effects of MBSR on loneliness and looking at it on the neuroscience side as well. So we have some kind of way of exploring the biology of loneliness as well. We have Barbara Fredrickson coming from the University of North Carolina, who's done an enormous amount of research on positive emotions, and who has also really investigated these virtues and qualities through the lens and windows of neuroscience as well as social psychology. Lynn Rossi will be joining us. Lynn is a health psychologist from the University of Missouri, and many years ago she began with a simple mandate of attempting to change the culture on a college campus to one of being more mindful, about how to bring mindfulness more to bear in the community of students, of staff, of faculty members. Finally, I will give a keynote speech as well about the larger scientific and the social dimensions of mindfulness as it begins to become more integrated into the culture, both locally, regionally, and internationally. So you can imagine that the conference begins on a Wednesday, and by Friday night we've heard a lot of data. We've spent a few hours at poster sessions. We've had full days of research symposiums and presentation dialogues and workshops. And by Friday evening, people are ready to relax, to change the pace. And so we have a Gala Evening celebration that includes a dinner, a short keynote presentation, and a lot of dancing and fun. It's really a time to sit back and step back, if you will, from all the more formal presentations and all of the thinking we've been doing, and have a more leisurely time with old friends, new acquaintances, enjoy good food, celebrate. As part of the gala this year, Dr. Arthur Zion, who's the president of the Mind and Life Institute, who was a former head of the Department of Physics at Amherst College, is going to give a TED-type talk, 20 minutes, on the theme of love and knowledge. Our desire to know is fueled by our curiosity, is fueled by our love, by our passion for growing. And again, we hope you'll join us. If you can't come for anything else but the evening celebration, by all means, come join us for a wonderful meal and an evening of a lot of fun.